Hey, yo, everyone, Andrew here. Sweaty as hell because I'm just coming from the track. Just had to get an early morning run in, as I always do every day now that we're in quarantine. I hope everyone's being safe and well. I decided that I'd jump on and do a quick video talking about this topic. So as you can see, I'm doing it from my phone with how the video is being presented. But, I came across some news that flew under a radar for me for a little bit of time because I haven't really been doing as much internet lately as you think I would. But I still am doing some. But it flew under my radar, which is quite interesting. And basically the news is that John Ridley, and I hope I'm saying his name and everything right, John Ridley, who was geared towards being the writer for Batman after issue 100, who was going to usher in the Batman 5G campaign era, whatever you want to call it, is no longer going to be doing Batman at issue 100, which subsequently means that Batman 5G is not going on. Now, some of you know what I'm talking about, some of you people don't, and I will explain it. And if you want to know my source, I hate saying this, but if you go to bleedingcool.com, just type in Batman 5G cancelization, it'll pull up. Bleeding Cool is not my favorite website. I do dip in it every once in a while because 85% of the time their reporting is correct. I just don't care for the site. But regardless, right? Basically, 5G was an initiative that was going to be put in place mainly by Dan DiDio, and a lot of people think it's the reason why he was fired, where they would age up the major players of the DC universe, right? Age up Bruce Wayne, Clark Kent, Wonder Woman, Diana Prince, so on and so forth. Age them up and have them be replaced. So, Wonder Woman, I believe, was supposed to be replaced by Cassandra Sandmark. John Kent was going to be replacing Superman. Captain Cold's son was going to replace the Flash. And Luke Fox was going to replace Batman. However, it has come to our attention that John Ridley, who was supposed to be writing Batman, among many other things, he's been given cancelization fees or termination fees, or I forget exactly what the terminology is used, but kill fees, that's what it is, kill fees. He's been basically given a kill fee, and the title is not going on. Now, what is a kill fee? A kill fee is when some kind of creator has already started work with a company, but it's basically going uncompleted and it's being canceled. In addition to that, right, it basically means that the 5G thing was a stupid thing to think of in general. At least I think it's stupid, right? And I don't know where DC was going with trying to make this 5G happen. I don't know if it was to adhere to a certain, and not to get political, right? I don't know if it was to adhere to a certain diversity or to adhere to a certain wokeness, for lack of a better term. I believe it was, or maybe it could have been some kind of stint to get, higher sales. But what people need to realize is that when characters are established, we want the characters that they are. I don't want anyone being Batman but Bruce Wayne. That's who the character is. And to have a comic that stars a new character who's not Batman being trained by an elderly Batman and it not be Terry McGinnis is even more confusing. And don't get me wrong, I like Luke Fox. I love Batwing. I thought his comic as Batwing was fairly enjoyable. Sorry for the shakiness. His comic was fairly enjoyable. The suit looked good, and he was great when he was on Detective Comics. But I like Luke Fox as Batwing. He's not Batman. So why would they ever do this, right? Is it diversity? Do you want to have a black Batman? Why do we need a black Batman? There are so many fantastic black characters who are not being given any love, right? Whether it's Jon Stewart, Static Shock, Cyborg, Black Bat, like these characters are their own characters. I mean, I know people are raving to get a Static Shock comic back. Why not? He's one of the most successful African-American black characters. Why not? It seems like right now, and I guess Jon Stewart is getting a little bit of love in Justice League, but I think right now the only black character that's really getting any major love or push in DC Comics is Black Lightning on Batman the Outsiders. It's not even his own comic, but that's fine. At least he's getting some kind of love. But regardless, right, I don't need you to change the established characters. It's just, it never works. It never works. It only works when we know it's temporary, like when Dick Grayson became Batman or Jean-Paul Valley became Batman. And we know after Superman died that he was going to come back to life, right? And we knew after the challenge that Artemis wasn't going to say Wonder Woman, right? All this stuff ultimately comes down to, why do it? Because it's only going to return to the status norm, because sales are going to go down and people aren't going to want it. I'm fine for diversity and inclusion and having characters that may be black, Asian, white, Hispanic, or characters that are gay, straight, transgender, non-binary. You can do whatever you want with those characters, but create new characters, right? You don't have to change existing characters, because those are the existing characters. I know I'm going on a bit of a rant with this here, and I know it's a touchy subject, right? Because it's about diversity, and it's about race and sexual orientation and identity and all that, which I'm not talking about that in particular. I'm talking about these characters, right? These characters should be the same. It's like if you took Black Lightning and turned him into an Asian female, right? Why? That's not who the character is. So, I do believe this is really the showing that the end of the 5G is happening. James Tynion has been really good on Batman. People have been loving his run, especially after the controversial run that Tom King had. Tynion has brought it back to a regular classic norm, but keeping some of the King elements like Catwoman in there. Excuse me. And you know what the great thing is 5G was never officially announced or solicited. I don't know if it was going to be announced at this year's San Diego Comic-Con or not, but DC Comics really needs to be smart about this, right? They have a Batman film coming out, right? I know a lot of people say that there's no correlation between comic book sales and movie sales. I say show me the numbers, because AT&T told them not to switch who Batman was because there's a Batman film coming out. And I think that's something that DC can definitely capitalize off of, is pushing characters when the films are coming out. But, I mean, you can't do that if the characters aren't the characters. Maybe I'm just ranting, right? But I feel a little bit alleviated at this. And it, again, goes back to this, right? Batman is Batman. He's Bruce Wayne to me. He's always Bruce Wayne to me. I love Luke Fox. He's not Batman. How about you take the character and make him work as Batwing? Because that's who he is. And he's a fantastic Batwing. He's better than David, oh God, I forget his last name, the original Batwing. Luke Fox is a great Batwing. Do that. Don't make him Batman. So yeah, I just had to say that out there, because it's a good sign, but it's just an example of how comic books are not handling their products with the utmost respect, or treating their customer base with any intelligence, right? You think we don't see what's going on or why you guys are doing certain things? It's foolish. So with that said, right, the results are in for the poll that I have on the next beginner's guide to DC Comics, and it's going to be Justice League. So I'm going to do Justice League beginner guide. It's going to be a little bit more straight to the point than the Wonder Woman one was, because Justice League stories can be just individual stories. So I think you guys are going to like that. And as always, please follow me on social media. I got my Twitter and I got my Instagram down below. My TikTok is at Andrew Cutter Inc. In addition to that, if you want to throw a couple of coins this way to your boy, because I'm out of work and every little bit counts, it helps keep me doing these videos. Please, by all means, join me down at Patreon. I'm going to be reworking my Patreon and the Patreon benefits, because boy, did I let that slip quite a bit, but I will be working on that in the coming weeks. So, in saying that, I'm going to end this video here. I want to know what your thoughts and opinions on this whole 5G thing, it ending, and ultimately what it means for comic books. And do you think that, as comic book fans, we were trying to be duped into another publicity poll? Who knows, right? But This is Andrew saying peace out for now.